everyone, welcome back to my channel. Every few videos I like to do something fun, so today we're going to rank Disney princesses based on their marriage material qualities. Before I get started, I just want to say this is all in good fun and is just my opinion. So have fun in the comments and here we go. Let's start with the princess I think would just be a constant struggle in marriage. Number 12, Belle. I'm sorry if you love Belle, but there just aren't that many good marriage material qualities I can find in her. And in fact, there are quite a few bad ones. What is up with the whole town not liking Belle? The whole town. That is a lot of people. And she does not like her poor provincial town either.
There must be more than this provincial love. There must be more than this provincial life.
Red flags are everywhere when someone doesn't have a lot of friends. Come on. There are probably lots of good people in that town and tons of good people that you can get along with. And she just seems to look down on everyone, at least that's the perspective the movie gives. Take for example the three blonde girls that think Gaston is cute. The movie just seems to belittle their portrayal. So if there's someone that just finds the negative in everyone, how long until she is nitpicky about all of your qualities? It doesn't stop there. I mean, what makes it really bad is you get the feeling she doesn't even know how snotty she is, and that would get old fast in a relationship. But the biggest red flags for me are the subtle hints of a strong borderline personality disorder. You must watch out for this when dating. So let me explain. Do you notice that Belle only falls in love with the Beast once he saves her? A huge symptom of borderline personality disorder is girls putting themselves in harm's way or in arguments just so the person dramatically has to save her or make her feel better or loved from that low state. The big problem is, at first, it feels awesome to the guy to save someone or make them feel better. However, it is exhausting for lots of men that fall into these relationships because this is how the girl feels loved, and over time that's all you seem to be doing is trying to take her from a low state and put her into a high state. Now that's okay because obviously part of a relationship is trying to prop someone up and make them feel better, but if that's the only way that they feel loved, it's gonna be exhausting, especially if it happens in depth, and then when it happens it's really deep. And then you have to watch out because once you're exhausted, she will no longer feel loved if you're not trying to help when she's in those lowly states. Now, there are many more things that I can go into, but with Belle's in life, you just want to watch out because it may seem awesome that she wants stuff that's more than common in her life, and don't we all want that? But are they also okay with the common? Belle wants adventure and for it to be grand, and simple things will likely soon become boring to her. I just get this feeling that Belle thinks that she is awesome and doesn't seem to be friendly at all unless you are one of the few people or servants that are serving her. The only good thing is that at least she also falls for the jerk and leaves the nice guys alone, because we never actually get proof that the Beast learns to like what's on the inside. According to Gaston, Belle is the most beautiful girl in all the town, but also it seems to be somewhat stuck up. So did the Beast really learn his lesson of falling for what's on the inside? I'd say that a marriage to Belle is a relationship that is destined for, well, not happily ever after. Number 11, Jasmine. When I think of Jasmine, I think of someone that is constantly rude. Imagine someone so privileged, she thinks she gets to be rude to people when they are trying to impress and be nice to her.
Then maybe I don't want to be a princess anymore.
She is mean to the suitors that come to try and impress her, one of which was Aladdin or Prince Ali. That may seem funny at first, but really when you think about it, it's not that funny. Some of the other next qualities that I just don't really like about Jasmine is she seems skeptical of everything and everyone and always is questioning things. And she also has this grass is always greener complex to the point she wants to leave her castle. Now, with those things, Imagine her questioning everything you do in life. It would get old. In addition to being rude, she seems to look at things through a negative prism. For example, once she is on to Aladdin trying to be a prince when he's not, she assumes the worst of the situation. She's not seeing the great lengths he's going through just to be with her. Let's put that in practical terms. Imagine being married to Jasmine and helping her clean a house for her, and she just sees everything that you missed instead of the fact that you actually tried to help her clean. Another issue is she seems abrasive in how she deals with people. Take her approach when she deals with the guards, or even Jafar, who I know is mean, but it is always so demanding and condescending. There are more tactful ways of dealing with people than you see with Jasmine, as we will see later with some of the other princesses. And to hit the point home, she even tells Aladdin at one point to go jump off a balcony.
Just go jump off a balcony.
What? On top of that, I just don't have any evidence that Jasmine has any fun at all on her own. Just kind of bored and spoiled, except for when she goes on a magic carpet ride. On sort of a tangent, I think she would be a tyrant once she is the leader of her country. Now that may make her a strong ruler, just not great marriage material. Whereas Belle, I think, would have been a terrible ruler with a population that would all secretly just hate her. I say that because I think that is how marriage and family life would feel if you were to marry Jasmine or Belle or someone like that. Number 10. Merida. Merida is pretty awesome and very independent, which I think is great. But honestly, she just doesn't even want to be married. If I showed her this list, I bet she would probably be sad she wasn't lowest on my list, because she just actively does not want to be married. And if someone is like that, you should probably respect it and not try and push it the other way, because that could rear its head in the future. Anyway, her sarcastically rude comments might also get old after a while, because she's always kind of making those throughout the movie. However, that being said, even with her kind of condescending comments, she does seem to be a good person deep down and knows what she wants, and that is not marriage. Now, another trait that she has is she really doesn't care what people think of her, which is actually a good trait, except for when it is in the extreme. A life without a wife caring what you think may be difficult, in other words. In my opinion, there should be a good balance between not caring and caring about what other people think of you. I think she errs a little too much on not caring what people think, but I guess that's better than caring too much about what people think about you, I suppose. Also, she doesn't like her mom much. Come on, she's your mom. I can give her a little pass because she's a teenager, and obviously lots of teenage girls go through that, and that is something she and most people grow out of. But how would she treat you? I just think if you can marry her, she wouldn't even be interested in marriage that much at all. Number 9, Aurora. Aurora to me just lacks a lot of personality. Would she be excited about anything you guys do? She seems oblivious to the world around her, and so much that she pretty much does nothing all the time. Sometimes oblivious people are oblivious to others' feelings and needs, which can lead to marital frustration. Imagine a wife who never helps out that much when you need her to. Now, a lot of the other captive princesses will use their time much more wisely than Aurora does. I don't even think she cooks or cleans much at all. Now, that may not be her fault, because she has fairies that do it for her, and who wouldn't take other people up on that? Still, someone like this may surprise you with how little they do or don't understand about daily chores and the effort it takes to complete them. On the flip side, she believes strongly in love and hopefully wouldn't treat marriage commonly, so that might be a good thing. And one more thing, I feel like any good-looking guy could have swept her off her feet at that point. That isn't entirely bad, except for I've been in relationships in the past where it feels like you're just kind of interchangeable. I just appreciated someone that found me specifically awesome, and I felt like I couldn't be changed out for someone else. Number 8, Moana.
And no one knows how far it goes.
Moana is awesome, but she's another one who doesn't seem interested in anything about love. She's only looking for adventure and seems to have a little bit of wanderlust. Is she going to be able to be a family woman? That has yet to be seen. Also, she doesn't seem to take input from anyone except her grandma, who is her yes man. And so, is she going to be able to take critique from someone that just doesn't say yes and tell her everything that she already wants to do? So that has yet to be seen. scene. However, we get no sense of whether she really wants a relationship just like Merida. Also, I don't know how, but I get this feeling you wouldn't be respected as an equal because it seems like it's her way or the highway kind of personality. However, she seems a lot more kind and friendly than Merida, so that is why I have her higher. She also doesn't seem to be actively avoiding relationships, even though she isn't in one in this movie. Number 7, Mulan. Mulan is very noble in all her causes and wants to protect her family. She is very loyal to her family and gave up her lifestyle for them, which is a very good quality to have. It is true, she has no interest in anything domestic and is really stubborn when it comes to that. However, she is also very persistent, does not give up, and tries hard at everything, and is very hard working. I think those good qualities would counteract some of the other qualities, like her not wanting to be domestic. I think if the rubber hit the road, she would be willing to do that because of her good qualities. Before I get to the best part, make sure you watch all my videos on how to plan the perfect proposal. I have thousands of ideas and tips on things like how to plan and photograph the proposal so you have great memories. Also, if you want more money to spend on the engagement, I show you how to save hundreds to thousands on the ring, and she will be impressed. Jewelers know that this is a one-time purchase you know nothing about, so take all my tips so you don't get ripped off, and use the links below this video because those are the best places to buy rings and also help to save money on those rings so you can apply that to an amazing engagement. So she's probably the first good option on my list, though I don't think you are going to be respected also as an equal in the house because it does seem to be her way or the highway. Another concern is she doesn't give off fun vibes. She definitely does have some fun in the movie, but having fun definitely doesn't seem like a strong point for her. So overall, I think she has a little too much passive aggressiveness. She will just go behind your back to get her way. So there might be some frustration with marrying someone like Mulan, but the good, in my opinion, does outweigh the bad. Number 6, Snow White. Snow White actually has a lot of great marriage qualities and should probably be a little higher on the list if it weren't for my own bias. It's great because she is completely content with being a homemaker, cooking, cleaning, and taking care of people. And so you would probably, as a husband, be very satisfied being married to Snow White. But outside of that, it doesn't seem like she offers much more to the relationship. I would totally understand if most people had Snow White higher because some people really just want someone just as a homemaker, but she just doesn't do it for me. I get weird vibes coming from her as well. Her haircut and dress are my least favorite of all the princesses. I just personally find her boring as all get out. But she definitely has very strong, good personality traits. She gets along with the humblest of people, no matter their personality traits, from being grumpy to being dopey. And of all of the princesses, she would probably be the best mother as well. She seems very caring, nurturing, and just a sweetheart. But me personally, I just can't get over the fact that she bores me so much, and an exciting marriage is just so important to me. In fact, when I heard they were making the story of Snow White without the 7 dwarves, my first thought was, why? They should make a story about the dwarves without Snow White, in my opinion. Those guys are way more interesting and awesome than she is. Just my opinion. Number 5, Ariel. Ariel is the biggest gamble of all the princesses and really should probably be lower on the list because of it. The thing is, Ariel has a huge upside, which to me is the opposite of Snow White, but a possible devastating downside. You see, Ariel is going to be really fun, which is why everyone loves Ariel so much you can't help but love her. But first we should explain her downside. She is not dependable at all, which would be very frustrating. She makes really obvious bad decisions all the time, actually. She rejects all sound advice. She's always trying to run away and so on, but she is friendly. Everyone can't help but love her despite her flaws. She's probably going to drive you nuts, but once again, you will not be able to help but love her. My biggest worry is the wild streak she has going. I mean, I think you would always be worried she was probably gonna cheat on you or leave leave you. However, a lot of girls will grow out of that once they have got the wild side out of their system and they're ready for marriage. So it is a risk, but marrying an Ariel after she's kind of gotten all that wild side out of her system, I think you'd be fairly safe. The only problem is maybe she never gets it out of her system. Moving on, once again, kind of the opposite of Snow White, she may not be comfortable doing any chores or daily tasks or running errands and so on. It's just hard to tell from what we have, but I'd say she is probably kind of spoiled, and I think your marriage in this case would be like a movie star marriage. Awesome, especially from the outside, but also a possibility she'd leave you destroyed and sad, but she would leave you destroyed and sad. She would probably move on very easily. That's just my guess. Number 4, Pocahontas. I couldn't decide where I should put Pocahontas on this list because she's a little bit of an enigma. If you like the outdoors and adventure, then Pocahontas may be exciting for you. She seems fun, but I don't get too many insights into her deeper personality, which tells me it may be hard to get a lot of depth out of her in your relationship. One good thing is she understands what she wants in a man, and no, it's not what her father wants, but at least she knows what she wants. Now, I get a lot of insights from this conflict that she has with her father because it's a tough situation to be in, but she isn't abrasive about it. She handles the whole situation and his stubbornness quite well. In this case, her passive resistance I think could be good because it is used to tactfully avoid conflict with her father. But leaving that kind of conflict and how she handles it aside, a good note is she does believe in love and wants something good for her. She doesn't like Kokum because he's too serious, and that seems true because she seems a little bit serious, and maybe that's too much seriousness, I don't know. However, he may also be the more stable option. I'm just not sure she needs that stability because she seems pretty stable. Instead, she falls for a wild card, which could be fine. Anyway, as you might be able to tell, she's just too hard for me to read. I do know she is tactful, nice, spiritual, and calm, and so those are all really good qualities. A few other notes: I'm slightly worried about her disdain for the mundane, like some of the other princesses. The movie kind of alludes to her being a free spirit, but it seems to be the good kind of free spirit and not so much the wild free spirit that you just can't even predict what she's going to do. Number 3, Cinderella. Cinderella is able to take harsh criticism and peacefully and tactfully handle it. She seems to make the very best of every situation very gracefully. She is nice to everyone, even when they aren't nice to her. She's appreciative and very hardworking. She takes care of all the things around the house and does it happily for the most part. She believes in love and has a bit of a dry sense of humor, or at least I picked that up from her, and that gets her through those tough times. I just think that being married to her, she likely would love marriage and family life. She seems extremely patient, but does also try to get her way when it is important. I just think she's emotionally very stable to put up with so much hatred without losing her cool for the most part with the problematic members of her family. The problem with people that are too stable emotionally is that it comes normally at not being that full of the emotion of love, but she doesn't have that problem. At least it doesn't seem like she has that problem, in that she's able to love very fully and express that. So if you love a calm demeanor, a dry sense of humor, and someone up for anything, then Cinderella is quite the catch, and it's no wonder that she is like the epitome of all the princesses. I'm gonna give you a bonus one before the last two, and that's Anna. Surprisingly, Anna isn't in the official Disney princess line, but I wanted to cover her because Anna is always positive, and regardless of how she's treated, she treats others very well. I would put her right here on the list if she were in that. Even when people are rude to her, she was willing to sacrifice her life for those she loves. She goes out of her way to help others. She doesn't give up on love and is persistent in it. I just think she would always be in tune with your feelings and needs, and she would put you high on her list of priorities once you're married to her. Apart from that, she wants to always kind of have fun and has a sense of humor and finds the good in everything and everyone. I don't know what her work ethic is, but I get the feeling that Anna is really adaptable to any situation. What's good is her family and friends come first to her. Another great personality trait that I kind of catch from her is she's uncomfortable being abrasive. There are probably very few fights in a relationship with Anna. I know she fights with her sister, but only after a decade of being put aside, and she still tries to actively make her family relationship work, even despite all those problems. In contrast, Elsa just wanted to give up on the whole relationship. So a life with Anna would be bliss, healthy, you wouldn't fight much at all, and it would probably just be a super great life. Number 2, Tiana. Tiana is awesome. The whole town loves her, and she is nice and friendly to everyone she encounters. She seems easy to get along with and seems to have great communication skills that would come in handy to avoid marital conflict. She isn't just hardworking, but actually has fun and is happy while she works. A rare and great quality today. And with that work ethic, she will have a very effective home that is also happy. On top of working, she is very driven and goal-oriented, so you'll probably get an extra bonus income with the family that you start with her. I just get the feeling that marriage to her will likely run very smoothly, except for she happens to choose probably one of the worst princes in all of the movies, but that's a topic for another video. If you wanted to be nitpicky and really find something, one could argue that she actually could perhaps be a little too hardworking. This is my only real criticism because she does put off fun to work more, but it's not really that bad because it's probably the responsible thing that you would want her to do. However, because she puts off fun, that doesn't mean she doesn't like to have fun. As far as I can tell, she likes to have fun and dance and do all those things. She just puts the work where it's supposed to be. And Tiana is just completely content with normal life, which means she won't grow bored of you and is likely a great partner in marriage. You'll just have lots of great social life and conversation, and things are just going to be really fun and exciting with a Tiana. Number 1. Are you ready for it? Rapunzel. Rapunzel is just the best in almost every category. She is nice to everyone and only is direct if she has to be. Everyone is drawn to her magnetic personality, just like Ariel, only she doesn't have the down wild sides. She makes the most of anything and any situation and doesn't expect too much out of everyone or everything in return. She's funny and she enjoys other people naturally. She even enjoys her odd and evil mother, let's say, even after years of being mistreated by her, which means she will likely enjoy you for years as well, meaning your whole life. She follows her dreams, but they aren't anything unrealistic or too big that would just take her off into who knows where. She is uncomfortable doing anything she knows is wrong, so you likely won't have to worry about infidelity. Mostly, she's just happy in all situations. She will stand up for herself when she has to, but is always tactful in confrontation. She believes in love and believes in other people. She sees the best in everyone, even those against her initially, and therefore she will likely see the best in you. Bonus as well, she can both cook, clean, plays the guitar really well too, so you'll have a full stomach, fun times, always happy, and makes the best of everything and just have a smooth marriage. Life doesn't get much better. So my advice is marry a Rapunzel, Tiana, or Anna. My bias is for Rapunzel because, well, I married a Rapunzel and it is awesome. To find that, you have to date a lot, but they are out there. I hope you guys had fun with this, and I can't wait for the flack I'm gonna get to hear in the comments. Now here's the thing, you can critique me and slam me as much as you want in the comments. The only thing is you have to put your order of the princesses as well. Moving on. On my channel, I have tons of proposal tips and idea videos from how to plan, photograph, and deliver the perfect proposal that she is going to love. Also, watch one of my many how to shop for engagement rings and diamond videos. Or mark my words, they know how to rip you off. The best places to buy diamonds are in the description below to save hundreds to thousands on engagement rings, and they are the best and most reputable places to buy diamond engagement rings. Like, subscribe, and watch another one now.